Supply. Gang, gang. You know what time it is. Yap Sesh. Back at it. Tuesday edition. Hope everybody's having a lovely Tuesday so far. Checked in with y'all this morning, to get your day straight. Now we back this evening. Yeah, buddy. Quantum Supply back at it on the ones and twos. Hope everybody's enjoying the new videos. Yeah, Dobby Vanity video dropped today. Let me know how y'all feeling about that. Man, that whole Dobby Vanity scandal was fucking crazy, man. Over 20 women came out against this crazy ass abuser. And I mean, it just goes to show you what happens when you leave abusers unchecked. And I'm just going to keep showing y'all time and time again that, we got to change. And we got to be the change we want to see type shit. So it's like when you see Quantum over here bringing awareness to certain situations, talking about things that a lot of people don't talk about, it's just because I want to see us do better, bro. Like, I really feel like a lot of people know in their heart that they need to do better on some motherfucking absol shit. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. So it's like, if you should do better type shit. But that being said, I do want to get into some of the current events of today because, boy, oh boy, we got some hot shit going on today. Yeah. Yeah, gang. Man, it's been crazy day. So let's just go ahead and start it off with what you see in the thumbnail. Team Sesh subreddit. Bones Eddy Baker. Unfollow Xavier Wolf. That's what the streets are saying. They're saying they unfollowed him, as well as Elliot O'Connor took Xavier Wolf out his bio and unfollowed him. And this is the man that was behind Team Sesh, Eddy Baker, all of them. And yeah, bro, top comment says, you got to think the man has a daughter and wife. It's different when it's someone you've brought around your family. And hey, that's some real shit. Hey, man, shouts out to the Reddit, because they really be cooking on this motherfucker. You feel me? Yeah. When you have these type of people around you, it just really makes you look at the world different, bro, because to an extent, some of these behaviors are very predatory and they prey on the weak. And, we just can't be having that in our society. I'm not going to go on this huge tangent about any of this today because I feel like I be going OD sometimes. So we're not even going to do all that. But it's just like, man, it's just crazy. We're going to read a couple more comments from the subreddit. They said, be an underground legend cemented in history forever for your art and work ethic, or hit a woman. Tough choice. Damn. They said, I just checked and you're right. Also, Wulf keeps losing followers by the day. He was at 804K just a couple of days ago. Now he's at 801K. Anybody here knows how many followers he had right before the allegations broke out? Somebody responded, 809K, I believe. Yeah, man, he's been getting cooked on his own IG lately. I mean, it's a dire situation. He's deleting comments. Not to say that he was getting too many comments to begin with. I feel like it was a little bot situation going on his profile. I mean, the comments here agree. They said 100% paid for followers. Look at his engagement on his last 5 posts. He gets like 400 likes and 40 comments. No chance for somebody with 800K followers. Yeah, the engagement it's been kind of sus. I'm not going to lie. The engagement's been kind of sus on his profile. But, I mean, hey, maybe people haven't been fucking with him for a while, and we're just now seeing it as the fans, Like, I don't know how long that Bones, Eddy Baker, they've been aware of this. But, honestly, I feel like them unfollowing them didn't align until after their performance a couple days ago, honestly. Yeah, Bones, Eddy Baker, they had their performance at Rolling Loud. And before that, Eddy Baker was on live, defending his homie. He was 10 toes defending his homie. And then, it's kind of crazy. He switched up after he saw Quantum's video. Huh, how about that? Well, I mean, honestly, it's never too late to make a change. It's never too late to do the right thing. And Zay can do the right thing too. And that's what I want to see from him. I want to see a redemption arc, bro. I want to see him bounce back. I want to see him do better. because like we all deserve redemption. Every human being on earth deserves redemption. And this is what, you know, Eddie Baker was getting in his video too. And I agreed. I agreed with that. But it's just not the time yet. We need a little bit more space between it, and then we can go ahead and get that popping. But yeah, Chad, what you think about this? Bones, Eddie Baker unfollowed Wulf, as well as his manager, Elliot O'Connor. It yeah, it seems like shit's really hitting the fan here. It's definitely hitting the fan. And I mean, prayers up for Wulf too. Prayers up for Ramen. Prayers up for his ex. I hope they all find healing, fam. Every single one of them. Because like I said, I don't want abusers out here abusing more people, creating more abusers. We got to do better. We got to break the cycle of this, okay? Like, this shit crazy, y'all. This shit crazy. You know, it's me being an Xavier Wolf fan myself. It's just hard for me to look at him the same. It 100% is, fam. Like, it's hard for me to even listen to the lyrics the same. So, with that being said, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Y'all think I'm cloud chasing on Zay. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it moving with my topics. I actually spoke to Young Simi today. Yeah. So, you know, let's go ahead and make some noise from Young Simi. Yeah. Shout out my boy Young Simi 305. All right. Y'all know him. I hit him up today. I said, yo, what's up? I opened for you back in Lawrence in 2015. And we kicked it at an after party with Puya and Fat Nick. You ever plan on coming back to Lawrence or KC for a show? It'd be lit, for sure. And he responded instantly. He said, shit, they need to book me again, gang. I hit him back, and I was like, oh, my mama, that's facts. I'm tapped in with a couple of venues in KC, because I am. And I said, we could definitely get you booked at the record bar. Just let me know when you're ready. He hit me back. He said, been ready, gang. Yeah. And he also threw it on the table. If you're trying to do music too, potentially perform in the future in the city, go ahead and let me know. So yeah, Young Simi collab with Quantum might be coming soon. Man, yo, once again, give it up for Young Simi. We ain't connected in a couple years, and it's good to see him doing well out here. And even if we don't collab on music, bro, like I would love to have you on the show. I would love you just have you slide by the YouTube in general. But honestly, I want to get that track, y'all. I want to get that track. I feel like we could film a fire music video and we could really make some shit shake. So let me know if y'all want to see that Young Simi Quantum track. Because, man, yeah. I feel like we could definitely get busy on some music together. You feel me? But that being said, I am going to keep the trending topics going. Yeah. Hey, before we get on to the next one, I actually wanted to talk to y'all about some future projects that I'm working on. So I don't know if you've seen in my community tab, but I do plan on dropping long form content, okay? Long form content is coming soon. We're going to do documentary videos. We're going to do deep dive into artists. I'm going to do story time videos on my life, my experiences in the industry, and just kind of overall different music industry videos. So with that being said, one of my first ones, and I'm so excited about this, y'all. I'm so excited about this. One of my first one, Astro Slick himself, Ruben Slick. Yeah, we doing the full story. We doing the deep dive. We're not leaving any stone unturned. And we going all the way in the full story. Yeah, if y'all know Ruben Slick, you know he has a crazy ass story. Like there's so many twists and turns. There's more twists and turns than that motherfucker than Six Flags. Like I swear to God, this motherfucker, he be snapping, B. Like, let me just give you a little taste.
Caught on
this
camera.
Is, wow, 7 years ago. Yep.
Armed robber running into a Walgreens pharmacy and holding up the clerk with terrified customers inside.
What up, Young
One of those
Slugs?
scared customers manages to run
Appreciate
away
you
before you see that armed robber take off
Yeah, I've been
running
listening
himself.
to Zay for a minute, too. A long time, bro, and it's fucking crazy. It's still hard to believe.
Local 10 News reporter Carlos Suarez live now with more on exactly who police are looking for.
Lori, the holdup played out in a matter of seconds, and just about every camera at this Walgreens captured the man running into the place, robbing it, and then running back out. At one point, he was in such a desperation to get out that he dropped the money. An act of desperation caught on camera. Watch closely as a man sporting a black hoodie runs into a Walgreens toward a clerk at a register. It's here when things could have gotten ugly. The crook, who has a bandana over his mouth, pulls out a gun and goes straight for a register filled with cash. At one point, a customer backs away slowly as the thief grabs the money by the handful.
He runs in there, points the gun at the clerk, reaches over, grabs the money out of the counter, runs to a second register.
And you could tell off tops that's Ruben Slick. This tall nigga, bro. The way he walks, you could just immediately tell. And it's crazy because, like, I hadn't seen him in real life, but I saw this video before he got locked up, and I'm like, is that fucking Ruben Slick? God damn.
Then runs back out.
The robbery happened
right
on
here
Sunday late in the afternoon at a
crazier,
Walgreens on the corner of Northeast 125th Street and West Dixie Highway. The thief, at times, seemed more concerned about getting away. Cameras captured him running onto the middle of a street where he was nearly hit by two cars.
There are people in there shopping, they're with their families, and this guy has no regards for the community. He has no regards for anyone's safety when he does this.
Police said the crook in his early 20s has a thin build. Surveillance cameras showed him sporting chin-length hair in twists or dreads with green beads throughout.
We want to catch this guy. We want to get him off the streets. If anyone has any information and they can identify this guy, please call the North Miami Police Department.
Yeah, bro. Ruben Slick was on some crazy shit during this time period. And I've been following Ruben Slick since probably 2012. I've been following for a long time, and he's just like, he's changed so much, bro. And during this time period, he was making music saying, I robbed too much. Like, yo, he was telling us.
I rob too much, I lick hunt with my pistol. Sleep. Teens straps in Louis house. Blow on me, still looking for the chewer house.
Like, bruh. He told you exactly what he does. He robs too much.
Burn rubber and fat cocaine rocks by the motherfucking fist fall. I be always holding party all shit. Burn rubber and foreign with the brace ball. So annoying me, you better let me hit some.
Yeah, bro. Ruben Slick is on some different shit entirely. Like, down to the music, down to just the antics. First rapper I saw put his own sex tape in a music video. Okay, let's start there. I'm watching a Ruben Slick music video, and out of nowhere, I see him start piping down a bitch on camera. Like, bruh, I ain't never seen a rapper like this before in my life, gang. Never in my life. First rapper I saw with colorful dreads. Man, the list goes on and on. Like, he's got so many crazy ass moments, and it's really if you know type shit. I went to his Discord today, talked to them about the video I'm working on, and they put me onto an even crazier story, okay? Like, yo, this shit is fucking bonkers, gang. So, apparently, in 2015, there was an incident with, well, let's just read the comment. So, oh, by the way, this is the mugshot from when he was arrested for that incident we just watched. And, I mean, come on, bro. You're super noticeable. So, yeah. This commenter says, I believe they were on a cruise and a woman turned up dead. Metro Zoo was the last person she was seen with, and they think that she was thrown overboard. So there's actually a news story about this from 2015, and a woman died on a cruise ship. No, not on a cruise ship. She was thrown overboard, and they never found her. Never to be seen again. So a woman's just on a cruise ship, dancing, chopping it up with Metro Zoo, and just disappears. So, like I said, we are leaving no stone unturned, all right? We about to go all the way in with this video. It's gonna get spooky, chat. It's gonna get crazy. So yeah, this video is gonna take some time. This isn't gonna be one of those ones that I just pop up with tomorrow or Friday. It's gonna be a couple weeks because I got a lot of digging to do. You know, I got a lot of questions that I still need answered. I'm still interviewing people. Hopefully I can link up with Ruben Slick himself. He's still out here. I knew he had a Twitch channel at one point, but he kept showing his fucking dick on Twitch, gang. And yeah, I one time I pulled into the Twitch chat, and this motherfucker was using, what does this nigga have, bro? He had a penis pump. He's talking to his stream on chat using a fucking penis pump. Who does this shit, bruh? So yeah, Ruben Slick documentary coming soon. Astro Slick, one of the freakiest frogs around, bro. Like, literally, just one of the craziest motherfuckers I've ever seen in this rap game. Down to the music, down to the antics, just everything. Like, and yeah, I mean, he's got a couple bangers too. I'm not gonna lie. If you go to Young Tracy's or Lil Tracy Minaj, you go to his page right now, and he has a Ruben Slick song up on his Instagram. Yes, he does. And it is from King Astro Slick the Magnificent album. And this album, all bangers. This shit go. This shit go. Chat, y'all gotta check this album out. This is like a game, man. You know how it is. Fuck nigga, this is probably his best work. Most of his work. And this, I think this is 2010. Make a bitch clip jump. 2 hoes on the floor trying to make that clip bump. I ain't slipping, got the rubber on the motherfucking dick. Yeah, all his songs are about some freaky sex shit though. Like, I will say that he's always thinking about some horny shit. I will say that. Yeah, bro. What can you say? That's slick for you. But I do want to do additional documentaries in the future about the rest of Metro Zoo. So I want to cover Lofty 305. The Mike DC video is coming after the Ruben Slick video, though. Just because I have a connect to Mike DC. I haven't pissed him off yet. So I think we're cool enough that I can hit him up and get some real information about this. But yeah, Florida Scene music videos dropping real soon, y'all. We gonna get real technical with this YouTube channel. But I need 500 subs before I give y'all content like that. Like, I need y'all. And this is the first time I've ever asked this. This is literally the first time I've ever asked this. I'll get down on my knees, okay? But I need y'all to like and subscribe. Like, no cap. How many people are in this live right now? There's 6, 7 people in this live. I need y'all to all hit the like button right now, bruh. Like, there's no reason that there's this many people up in here. And yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to hide your comment, bro. I did not mean to hide your comment. But yeah, could you like and subscribe? Yeah, like, off tops. I appreciate it. Like, I'm new to this YouTuber shit. I don't like asking for it. And I don't even think to ask for that. So, you know, my niggas told me that you trash at this because you're not asking them to like and subscribe. So we need to get these numbers up. And once we get these numbers up, I'm gonna hit y'all with some trill ass content. And yeah, Ruben Slick video coming soon. Mike DC video coming soon. We do have a video dropping at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, content coming all week, gang. You know, I'm gonna keep y'all fed. If y'all got any comments for Quan, go ahead and let me know. I'm gonna rock with y'all for a little bit. I'm about to light this here. Twink. Twink, twink, twink. Yeah, I got a skinny blunt. It is a hemp wrap. For the people that thought I'm smoking tobacco, I'm not, okay? It is still a blunt in my eyes, but it's hemp. I don't smoke tobacco. I think that's what one of the commenters was getting at in one of my videos. I don't remember, bruh. But yeah, that being said, we are going to keep it moving and grooving. I had a couple videos I'd like to watch with you guys before I get up out of here. So if you want to roll one up and, you know, smoke one with Quan, go ahead and do that. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, what y'all been on today though? How y'all Wednesday going? Shit, it's Tuesday. Fuck. Yeah, my brain done for. I've been up since midnight last night. I had a full day of work. I streamed for y'all this morning. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm down bad. I'm down bad right now, gang. But I hope y'all doing well. You know, I really am. Like, blood, sweat, and tears, 10 toes down for this streaming shit. Just so y'all know, like, I'm really going in for y'all. So, all right.
Whenever I hear someone on this flying space rock utter the words YouTube comment section, I can feel my nervous system go into fight or flight mode. It has to be one of, if not the worst creation humanity.
Young Slug said, just got off work, man, just smoking and decompressing type shit. Yeah, literally me too. You and me both, Brody. Let me go ahead and light this up, because I'm not even decompressing yet. I'm over here stressed out.
made since sprayable cheese, bro. Comment sections remind me of the seagulls in Finding Nemo. They all just say the same thing. Comment sections have 5 forms: essays, debates, like begging, channel promoters, or spam bots. And I'm about to run it down for y'all. Chapter 1, essays. These people are pretty cool most of the time. They'll sit there and give you an entire 4 paragraphs, double space, Times New Roman, size 12 font, and indent on every start of the paragraph with extra cheese to let you know that they think the video was a masterpiece. These people typing like they're gonna be the next J.K. Rowling, bro. And honestly, I respect that. Unless you use ChatGPT, then I don't know. Chapter 2, debaters. These dudes be acting like they're going to be running for president in 2024. It really be over little stuff too. Like, no one should be getting fired up over this. And for some reason, 8 times out of 10, it starts because one person says just one word. It could be.
Hey, and about the Ruben Slick thing, I will say it is a situation where you kind of have to disconnect the music from the artist, because for as much good music that Ruben Slick has, I will say there's a time period after 2015. Shit kind of trash to me, gang. It's kind of not good to me. But I would say his 2010, 2012 work, the stuff when he was working with Space Ghost Perp, when he was working with Mike DC, that's some of his goated material. But yeah, he started to change in my opinion. And, you know, even his own blood brother, from what I understand, isn't really vibing with him like that right now. And that's, you know, that's sibling rivalry. You always, you know, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen in families. That's gonna happen and shit. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm trying to support Slick, like send him money and stuff like that. So yeah, I am gonna go ahead and drop the video, and I'm not gonna like go crazy on him. I want to make it as respectful and accurate as possible. Like, I don't want to put any allegations on this man, because there's literally no videos out on him. And I was like, yo, this market's untapped. I've been watching this scene and this dude for over a decade, and there's not a single like deep dive into him and his career. I think there's only one interview on the internet, so it's like he's a pretty rare individual, and you kind of have to really dig into the lore to get to know what's going on. But there's some crazy ass stories, chat.
Anything. The dude could say cringe or overrated, and an entire American Revolution would start in the comment section. In some severe cases as well, the debaters show clear signs that they don't get enough love from their parents. You might find them on every social media platform ever constructed, challenging people's beliefs or opinions daily, like their son Goku, bro, waiting to fight like the next strongest person. It gets even goofier when you realize the person behind these accounts are either 1, over the age of 20 years, or 2, under the age of 18. I think 1 is honestly worse, because you can just see
Hey, real friends letting friends know when they shit muted. God damn it, gang. Appreciate you, Young Slugs. Noise said, what's up with Quantum's fitness game? Yeah. I've been hitting the row machine. Heavy. I'm going to try to get in 6 miles today. I wasn't sure if y'all wanted me to still work out on stream, but we can definitely get that in. I just think that it's better for me to just be on stream as much as possible. And sometimes, you know, you're going to get a little workout sesh. So if that's what y'all want, I'll go ahead and give it to y'all. No cap.
The unemployment put on full display in his accounts. And as for 2, they're kids, so they don't really have anything serious going on in their life. Taxes. Anyway, chapter 3. Like begging. The most embarrassing.
Sorry, y'all. I'm trash human being right now. I don't know if the Za is like fucking me up, but the diamonds on my dick comment, yeah, somebody said I look like him in the comment section. And I was just like, I don't know who bro is. So I looked him up yesterday, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's what's up. I watched the story, and yeah, it seems like bro's kind of on some crazy shit too. it seems like he's kind of on some grimy shit, low key. I haven't listened to the music yet. I have not listened to the music, so I'll shit. If y'all got some Diamonds on My Dick songs you want me to check out, we can listen to them on stream. Cause like I said, I ain't listening to bro at all.
Embarrassing thing anyone in this platform could ever commit. I could be castrated, and the feeling that I would get from that wouldn't even compare to the feeling I would be having when I see people begging for likes. And they be doing them in devious ways. One thing they'll try to do is just ask you to like the comment if you agree on like the video or whatever it is, which is, you know, they're just outright asking you, so not much to think about. And then there's like another thing they be doing where they turn their comment into a button. Like they'll see a video of like a dog being like curb stomped in a local park, and they'll say, "Oh, click the like if you need a therapist." Like, no, dude, no. All you're doing is just changing the like button's purpose. That doesn't change the fact it's a like button, man. And then you get those people that want to like promote their channels and everything. They're not really asking for likes, but rather they're just asking for like exposure and for like views on their channel. But I'm gonna put them in here anyway because
Diamonds
you know,
on
I
My
can.
Dick asked
But
me to work,
the problem
and
is
then
with
blocked
like
me for
promotion
no
channels,
reason.
they be doing like the
Damn,
most
bro, bipolar. Maybe we are the same. What the fuck?
brain rotting ways. Like they'll put in the comments, my videos are way better than insert big YouTuber. And honestly, they get publicity for this, but like, it's like mostly negative, so I don't really know if it counts. But then you get those bot comments with like the picture of like an almost butt naked chick copying and pasting the top comment in like whatever video it is. And the worst of those comments are just making fun of YouTubers' passings or like the loved ones' passings of those YouTubers. Like, my brother, have you no morals? Every time I've seen them, I've never once not wished that their pillows are hot on both sides and that they stub their big toe against the wall. Quick PSA, man, don't make fun of dead people. It sounds stupid that I have to point out, like, don't make fun of like the deceased, but you know, look at the world now. Like,
that shit come right back around on you. Don't diss the dead, chat. I don't want y'all to do that at all. I can't call it. I've seen it in real time. I've seen the way that shit plays out in real time too often. And yeah, you might have the upper hand for one day, but yeah, that karma exchange is fucking crazy, chat.
Ruben's just trying to be edgy and like have dark humor when it's really not funny to begin with. And I feel like most of the time the people that be making like edgy and like dark humor, either one, never lost someone close to them, two, they have lost someone and that's like their way of coping, or three, they're just saying it to create backlash and just, you know, be a troll. So I mean, like, you're really cool, man. I'm sure you're invited to parties. And then we have some honorable mentions, like people who always start their comments with bro, blood, or broski, people who quote the video as if we're not watching the same video, people who always type "we making it out of the hood" with this one, and then proceed to carpet bomb the rest of the comment with fire emojis and like the talking head emojis. And finally, Instagram comment sections, the shadow realm of social gatherings. Only those with the strength of Hercules can enter those dungeons. So yeah, what am I trying to get at this? Well, you guys are not creative with your comments. It's the same thing over and over. You guys all sound like clones. It's weird. Like, be more creative and original. I don't need to have 5 different people in comment sections typing bro as like the first thing they type. Like, I'm sure your guys' vocabulary extends beyond that type of thing. So yeah. Anyway, y'all have a great day, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, man, the comment sections be so crazy because, like, you could tell that, like, some of these niggas ain't got an uncle in their life or a father figure in their life to really check them, or they wouldn't be talking this slick on the internet. And I'm just gonna say that, you know, that's basically where I'm at with it. You know, if you had a father figure in your life, I don't think that you would be popping off like this. And that's just my opinion. You know, that's my humble opinion. Hey, I got a video for y'all. My boy KC is the Town has been dropping fire lately. And if you were in the chat, I believe yesterday, you know, this is my local page when it comes to town business. So I do want to go ahead and bump a couple of these real quick so you can know about, you know, just some Kansas City shit.
On March the 10th, 2024, Nicholas Lewis, 37, and Reginald Reggie McGee, 34, were at Phillips 66 in the 4800 block of Independence Avenue at about 4:30 a.m.
You don't want to be there.
The
4:30 a.m.
got into an argument with the customer while waiting in line. The customer got mad and opened fire.
Yo. So if you look at my GB and FD Signifier video, I told FD Signifier because he had a remark about I was talking to somebody at a gas station about an issue and they started getting, you know, a little heated with me. And I was like, FD, I know you an old head, but what are we doing having conversations with strangers at a gas station? Like really think about it. What are we doing? You know don't want to do that. You don't want to have any conversations with anybody at the gas station. What do you have to gain from that? I don't think you have much to gain, but you have so much to lose. I stay away from most gas stations in Kansas City because of this exact thing. There are several gas stations in Kansas City that niggas die at every day, and shit never gets solved, okay? I live about half a mile from a very, very popular gas station, and there's constantly shootouts. I go there, and I can't go there after dark because there's people flashing ARPs with shiesties, and they're never pumping gas, bro, but they're always at the pumps.
Striking the cousins multiple times before fleeing the scene. The cousins were declared dead. A suspect is being investigated. The investigation is ongoing. So these cousins, they were out on Independence Avenue at 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. Okay? Why were they on Independence at 4:30 a.m.? Were they headed to work? Were they coming home from work? What was the purpose of being at a gas station on Independence Avenue at 4:30 in the morning? Okay, and I've done videos about this, and I'm about to do another video about this, the do's and don'ts of Kansas City, because in my video it says be careful on Independence Avenue. Pretty much don't go there unless you have to, okay? Because
I dated a girl that stayed off of Independence Avenue, and this is when I was taking the bus. So like Quantum was down bad, I was walking a lot, and yeah, one day I go to the bus stop, and whole thing's just shot up, glass shattered everywhere. Like there's no bus stop anymore. And then I go back later in the night, and there's a fucking whole street was taped off because there's a fucking dead prostitute. It's just like, bro, it's crazy over there. It's fucking crazy over there. They running up in homes, they spraying shit. It hit different. And you got the Latino mobs over there too. So they fucking with all types of weaponry, all right? It's not just, yeah, you got every single type of culture over there. So they all getting busy. You don't want to be lacking on Independence Avenue at all.
Independence Avenue is an area it's a high crime area, okay? And when you consistently visit that area, you increase your chances of becoming a crime statistic. 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. What could they be doing on Independence Avenue at a gas station at 4:30 a.m.? Okay? I researched this story and I couldn't find a good reason to be at the gas station at 4:30 a.m. And on top of that, arguing at a gas station with somebody else at 4:30 a.m. There's only two things you can do in the gas station, okay? Maybe three. Buy something, okay? Wait in line or use the bathroom, okay? It's three things. How do you get into an argument with somebody while doing those three things? You get your items, you stand in line, and when I stand in line, I don't be all up on nobody. I still be kind of in my social distance thing. I stand back a little bit. I give people their space. I don't invade nobody's personal area, so I'm willing to, I'll probably stay back anywhere from 4 to 6 feet from anybody, all right? I don't come that close. I don't come into anybody's personal space, you know?
So yeah, my boy KC is the town. He's not trying to become a pack, okay? He's wise out here. He drops videos every day about crime in Kansas City. He's always dropping a video about somebody died here. I don't know what was going on, but it sounds like the ops slid and somebody got turned into a pack. He's funny as hell, gang. I rock with him. But I'm going to show you another video, and he actually has one of my clients in his video. So, yeah, Quantum Supply. Let me see. Quantum was here. I filmed music videos for Young Los here. And I don't know if you guys, I showed you this yesterday. I'll show you another music video that we worked on. Yeah, I did all of his content. So here it is.
Bad bitch shit, I made her look twice. I didn't even stop. You don't impress me. Why she press, she say she like the way my gear be. That's cool. That's what it is. She know I rap like that is slapping this shit. She from the Lou, yeah, the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the zoo, yeah, the homer reached the fact.
Yeah, this day was kind of Kind of interesting.
Look at me, I'm back at it. Stop smoking like I'm asthmatic. But now I'm on white, ain't that ass backwards? She know I just wanna fuck, I hit that ass backwards. Big stick with a drum in it. Caught a case for a hammer, feel like a dumb nigga.
So yeah, if you were watching my stream yesterday, you'll know that our boy Young Los turned his baby mama into a pack. So here's the story.
Town.com. This is a story about Brianna Johnson, 25, from Kansas City. Brianna was in a toxic relationship with her baby daddy, DeCarlos Carroll, 27. Brianna and her girlfriend went to Westport on the night of August the 1st through August the 2nd, 2020, and later came back to a residence on 71st and Bells. Brianna, Destiny, and another friend were asleep in the front room. Brianna's friend was awoken by a knock on the door. She answered the door, and the male at the door had a gun by his right hip, and he was holding on to the gun. He wanted to speak with Brianna. Brianna's friend told him to go away. She closed the door and went to tell her mother that a man was at the door with a gun looking for Brianna. DeCarlos yelled, "I know she in there. Open the door. I got something for you." DeCarlos then went next door asking for Brianna. He then came back to Brianna's friend's house and fired a single round that broke a window in the front of the house. After striking Brianna, Brianna's friend yelled, "He shot her." DeCarlos then fired 3 or 4 more rounds in Brianna's direction. DeCarlos then ran down the street, got in his car, and pulled up next to a maroon Pontiac Grand Prix. Multiple flashes are seen coming from his car as he is next to the Grand Prix. Brianna's friend held her during her final moments. 3 witnesses identified DeCarlos as the shooter. He was also captured on video asking for Brianna.
So, Los has hit me up several times since this night. And mind you guys, he was at the recording studio I work at before he went here to do, allegedly, what he did. So yeah, bro, it's crazy because like he kept hitting me up and he was like, "Let me get a snippet of the video. Let me get a snippet of the video." And this wasn't just about this video. It was about every single video we do. He's like, he was always on some anxious shit. He just kept hitting me up. And I'm like, "Hey, bro, I'm going to get it to you when I get it to you. This takes time. I have to work on it." Like, you got to stare at somebody's face repeatedly in a music video and make them look good. And yeah, he's hitting me up while he's incarcerated for blicking his baby mama. And I know about it. Like, because, you know, streets talk. And I'm like, bro, this is not the footage you should be worried about right now, okay? This isn't the footage you should be talking about.
Stated his name was Carlos. DeCarlos was discovered in his mother's apartment, sleeping on the bed in one of the rooms. He was arrested and charged with murder 2nd degree, 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon, and 3 counts of armed criminal action. My heart and prayers go out to Brianna and her family. Okay, I don't understand why they even answered the door. Somebody come to the door with a blick. Nobody answers. I wonder if nobody would have answered, would he have started blicking?
I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that based on my experience, he's a little impatient, y'all. Yeah, he's a little impatient.
So nobody should have answered that door. Y'all should have looked, but no answer. Somebody at the door with a blick. I'm not answering. All right? Because more than likely, you're probably at the wrong house.
What up, Sage?
All right?
Welcome to the party.
He knocked on the neighbor's door and then came back over. So the neighbor seen him outside with a blick. Then you go next door again with the blick. And then you start shooting. So this guy didn't plan on getting away. And he wasn't smart. He was just some guy that was emotional trying to blick something. He was mad at this woman. He was mad at Brianna. And he wanted some sort of revenge. So he grabbed his blick and he went over there. And he just shot the house up, shot Brianna up. Okay.
And it's like, y'all, y'all worried about Xavier Wolf. And y'all worried about what I'm saying about him. I know real life people that have done way worse than Xavier Wolf, okay? Like, let's not get it twisted. I knew this guy. Like, we have a business relationship together. Like, when you have a business relationship and you filming for somebody, you really know their life. Like, chat, you know them. You really know them. And it's like, I can't condone this type of behavior. You know, like, I don't even want to play y'all his full music video. I don't even want y'all to look up his music for real. Because it's just like, man, what the fuck? This shit crazy. And it's unfortunate because it's like, that's your child's mother. Now both they parents gone. You feel me? Like, nah, bro, there's no way to live. And that's why I'm trying to emphasize on y'all, we have to raise our awareness, okay? We have to understand that when you enable somebody, they're going to continuously go down this path of darkness, chat. It's only going to keep getting worse. So we have to build awareness around this type of shit.
Why did you blick Brianna's car after you killed her? This guy, DeCarlos, he killed Brianna, ran out to the street, got in his car, and then drove up to Brianna's car and killed it. He fired at her car multiple times. Nobody was in it. This guy was that stupid. All right? So he must have thought she was alive in her car and tried to leave. So he shot the car up as well. But when the friend was yelling, he shot her, so he must have known he hit something. So this guy was it was something wrong with him. And DeCarlos is where he needs to be, okay? People like that shouldn't be outside. DeCarlos, why would you go to your mom's house and go to sleep? Like you're just gonna sleep this away, and the next day when you wake up, it's gonna be back all good again. Is that what you thought? You can go over here, blick your baby mama, go over to your mom's house, go to sleep, and wasn't nobody gonna be worried about you, and everybody's seen you. And you know people seen you. So this guy, he was just dumb. He was a dumb criminal, okay? He was a bad criminal. He was a bad father. And he was a bad boyfriend. And he was a bad person. His mother snitched on him. His mother snitched on him. I'm out of here.
Chat, you know it's bad when your own mom snitch on you. But like, come on, how do you think you should have did the dash, in my opinion. In my opinion, if you're gonna crash out, you might as well just do the dash. Okay? What are you doing going back to mama's crib? You need to get the fuck out of here. You need to go to Mexico. So the fact that he didn't get his ass up out of here shows that he was thinking emotionally. He wasn't thinking logically. Because he didn't have anything, like, he didn't have an escape route, you know? So that's why he didn't get hit with the first degree murder. I know that's for sure. And I know that second degree gonna stick. It's gonna stick, Brody. So I know man, and honestly, I know in prison, they don't fuck with people who kill their baby mamas and abuse women, all right? So I know he's not having a good time in there right now. It's definitely nasty work in there. So yeah, man, that's Young Los, one of the people I film music videos for. There's plenty of underground artists, hip hop artists that I've worked with, and like I said, I'm not gonna keep name dropping, but you know, I'm really in the music industry, and when you work with a lot of rappers, you come to find out that they're not really to be idolized. They're not really that magical. They're not, you know, they're not, the celebrity thing, it's not what we think. I'll just say that. So with that being said, I will get back into glazing rappers. CDTV.
It's your boys.
New video. So we're gonna go ahead and bump bad rap songs by great rappers. Yeah.
See, whoa, it's your boy CDTV, and as some of you guys might know, I've been doing paid request live streams on this channel every Monday around 1 PM EST, and when it's not on Monday, I announce it on the Discord. If you want to join it, it's down at the top of the description below. And on those live streams, I sometimes get sent some of the worst songs by artists that I usually enjoy. Hence this video. Not every pick on this list will be from those live streams, but most of them are. So let's jump right into it and take a look at some bad rap songs by rappers that usually know better.
See you at them pearly gates. Hit the button and make you drop. Girl, drop. Drop to the drop, drop to the drop, drop.
This song is so bad that you can no longer find it on streaming services. On Drop Girl, we have Ice Cube, one of the most iconic rappers of the 80s and 90s, a member of NWA, making a hip-hop / EDM fusion track with Red Foo, aka the more recognizable member of LMFAO. And his verse here is pretty awful. He delivers it with no sauce whatsoever.
Hey, I can't hear you talking to me. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking to the booty.
Bro forgot to have fun with it. Even 2 Chainz, who usually is strongest as a feature rapper, comes through with a really short verse on this one that doesn't have enough humorous bars to really carry it. It is not a good song, and the fact that it contains a very short sample of It Was a Good Day during the hook, it just reminds you that you can turn this off and listen to a much better track from Ice Cube's prime years.
Cause I got me a drop top, and if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. Drop to the drop, drop to the drop, drop, drop. If I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop.
This sounds like the version of It Was a Good Day in an alternate universe where making good music is outlawed. Lackluster rapping over a beat that sounds like a mosquito just letting it rip in your ear, it is not a good time, man.
You're a big girl now, fully grown with your hormones now.
Yo. Nas's easily most predatory weirdo song. I don't know who told Nas to do Harvey Weinstein type beat. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Well, I did say I'd be talking about this one more quite a while back when I made my bad rap albums by great rappers video. Nostradamus is certainly not Nas at his peak, but Big Girl takes it to a very weird place by just being kinda creepy. The verses themselves have their fair share of corny sex bars, but nothing too cringeworthy. But it's that fucking chorus, man.
Don't wanna get your back blown out. You're a big girl now in the world where these bigs foul.
It's one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever heard, and Nas's singing there just sounds bad, even if you ignore what is being said. I don't think it was Nas's intent for it to come off sounding like something a very questionable man might say, but the execution of it turns what is allegedly supposed to be a hook about a woman feeling sexually liberated into something that sounds incriminating. I know I've mainly focused on the chorus here, but that is the most repeated part of the song, and it does affect how you view the verses. It just drags the entire track down into the mud. In my opinion, this is one of the biggest misfires in Nas's discography that I have heard so far.
Yeah, not gonna lie, chat. Nas, yeah, bro, you were Riz deficient on that one. That one was like, who listens to that song for enjoyment? You feel me? Like, who is a fan of Big Girl by Nas? I want to know that. Who has it in like their top 20, or who had, like, has anybody made a playlist, a sexy playlist, and they throw that in there? Yo, we can't be homies anymore, because that's kind of, ooh, it's kind of weird.
I need a quick escape, a statutory rape, but she was...
But if if you thought that was bad, just wait until you hear about this one. Yes, the title 13 and Good is referring to exactly what you think it is. Like I said, on my paid request live streams, sometimes I just get sent the worst of the worst. KRS-One of Boogie Down Productions tells the story on here of him sleeping with a girl that he thought was 26 years old, but then when he asks what age she actually is, after sleeping with her, the best time to ask that question, she says that she's actually 13. And instead of being filled with regret at this revelation, he instead goes on to think, oh shit, that was illegal. But it was still good though, just an insane song.
Yo, okay. I fuck with KRS-One to an extent. I don't know what Buddy was doing there. I feel like maybe he was trying to make a message of sorts, you know? I hope that wasn't a real life story. I hope that wasn't a real life story. If I find out that one of my rap heroes to an extent is on some Tekashi 6ix9ine shit, I don't know what the fuck yo, bro. Chat, y'all know anything about KRS-One?
Brothers will beat you. Yo, even if I get beat down, it was still...
It was definitely intended to be some kind of satirical, absurd track that you shouldn't take too seriously, and I can definitely see that. A lot of the lyrics throughout here are just completely absurd, but that doesn't make it anything even resembling a good track. Rumor has it 6ix9ine is a big fan of this one though, and I'm not even finished with the play-by-play of this track here. It takes an even more ridiculous turn when the 13-year-old girl calls her dad, who just so happens to be the chief of police, so he of course immediately comes over to KRS-One's house, presumably to arrest them. But then it turns out that the 13-year-old girl's dad, the chief of police, is actually gay and that he also wants to have sex with KRS-One. And then the chief of police says that KRS-One can continue to sleep with his daughter as long as the chief of police can also sleep with KRS-One too?
You can see my daughter.
Bruh. See, this is when, as an artist and a writer, you gotta know when to hold him and when to fold him, okay? This is something that probably could have stayed in the drafts. Like, what was Dog smoking? What was the crack era really this crazy, y'all? Like, cause I wasn't around for this. Quan isn't that old, okay? Like, I might have stories from way back when, but I'm not KRS-One old, so I don't know if this is how y'all was getting down in the crack era. Yeah, bro, chat, y'all know anything about KRS-One? This kind of crazy.
Anytime, anywhere, but it's you that I want to be mine. The price tag is you're behind.
This song is one big, massive, disgusted question mark.
I'm who the fuck if you fucking can. Fuck this dick, how fuck is you playing? Fuck you and fuck your friends. Hold on, I got another fuck you again.
I mean, just the name of this.
Big Sean never is gone. Yo, he's not ducking the terrible rapper slander ever. There's just so many Big Sean L's. Like, every time you think you've gotten over a Big Sean L, he comes out with like 12 more tracks full of L's from like 2008. This is probably like an old ass mixtape Big Sean track. I haven't even heard this, but bro, Detroit, get your mans. What's going on?
Song alone. Big nut bust. And then the fact that it was made by 2010 Big Sean, aka very much in his super corny era Big Sean, and you know you're in for something bad right here.
I mean, I really don't give a fuck about your thinkers. Okay, now hold there, man, hold up, them hoes, there was on my wall there.
The first two verses are definitely not great. He literally starts the first one with she wobbledy droppily properly. Why the fuck does Big Sean rap like this sometimes? But it is the third verse that really makes it an all-time dud in Big Sean's discography for me, as it contains one of the most horribly sequenced couplets I have ever heard.
Checking out the two girls sitting in one cup. I am with two girls sipping on one cup.
So much to dissect in just 2 lines. First, he talks about beating it to the infamous 2 girls 1 cup video, so Big Sean is into that apparently, and then immediately follows that up with a line about him drinking from a cup. That creates an association between those two lines that I really don't want to be there. I've said before that early Big Sean had the aura of a Nickelodeon rapper, and to compensate for that, he just completely overdid it with the really explicit lines, and nothing symbolizes that more than this third verse. Just read this nonsense, man. Bro was fucking all over the place. While I like his more recent albums, early 2010s Big Sean had a tendency to be pretty terrible, and Big Nut Bust is a pretty big example of why.
Nah. We not about to do this to tech. We not about to do this to tech, y'all. Fuck.
Before anything else, I want to say that generally I really enjoy a lot of Tech Nine's music, and I feel like he doesn't necessarily get the respect that he deserves when it comes to hip-hop conversations. But even saying that, I'll admit that he has a good chunk of filler songs on basically every album. And You Owe Like Pookie from his All Sixes and Sevens album is one of those filler songs. I don't use this word often to describe the way that something sounds, but man, the brass on here just sounds so farty.
Yes, you do. Oh, like Pookie. Yes, it's true. Saw that movie.
I can't take that seriously, man. Something about the hook as well just annoys me. I think it's the way that the lyrics are synchronized up with the horns, which on their own already sound goofy to me. It's just something that puts me off straight away. Also, it wasn't until I actually read through the lyrics that I noticed the direction that Tech Nine was going in with this "you owe like Pookie" concept. It's all about him feeling like a woman owes him sex after a date where he paid for dinner and everything, and he's really upset that he didn't get any.
I don't take nothing, but I expected something, cause you stated after dinner in the movie next was humping.
This is from one of my favorite Tech Nine albums, but like I said, this is a big old dose of filler with a pretty questionable verse. And the features don't really do anything that outstanding.
Chad, I low-key forgot about how this song Tech kind of does feel like he's owed sex here. This is, now, to be fair, this aged poorly. This is from 2010, 2011, and there are some bangers on this album. I think the song before this is a banger, but yeah, You Owe Like Pookie. It's just one of those things. It's more of a joke song to me. I never took it seriously. I don't think Tech takes it seriously either. Like, I know Tech. I've partied with Tech. I've been in his mansion. Shouts out his wife. You know, like, I know her. She has a food prep business that I fucked with heavy. So, like, me and Tech are fam damn near. But, yeah, I'm gonna have to pick his mind about this "Oh Like Pookie" thing, because I honestly forgot the song premise. And, yeah, bro, it's kind of, whew.
Standing.
We overdo for some sucking. We overdo.
Alright, let's set the scene here. You're listening to Baby Keem's debut album. It has an explosive start with Trademark USA. It slaps. Baby Keem was just going off on the verses. He was beginning with a statement that he had leveled up from his previous project, and you just can't wait to see where he goes on the next song. And then, immediately after that, you hear this. Now look, I already know to expect a certain level of goofiness with Baby Keem's music, and usually it's pretty fun for me. But man, that hook sampled from Shea Crew is so hilariously bad. Honestly, Keem kinda glides on the verses, but that hook kills it every single time that he gets some momentum going. It also has this synth playing during the chorus section that just doesn't sound very good to me. All in all, it sounds like a very cheap song, especially coming after Trademark USA. It's not necessarily a bad from start to finish kind of song, but just one of those ones where the most repeated part of it really ruins it for me. A lot of the songs in this video have bad choruses, man. But hey, I guess it's a good thing that my pick for Keem here here isn't necessarily bad in my opinion because of his rapping, but just more so the choice he made for the sample to use during the hook, and again, a bit of the production as well. So with that being said, those are 6 more of my picks for bad songs by rappers that I usually enjoy. What would you have put on here if you made this list? Let me know down in the comments below, and thank you for watching this one. And you can click right here on the screen to check out the previous video that I made on this subject. I will see you guys all in the next video, and much love to my channel members and Patreon supporters over there with a
Twisted World.
It's okay to cry as an artist.
Oh, this is new. I'm tweaking. I guess I hadn't seen that one. How about that? Let's go back.
It's okay to cry as an artist who first started to blow up back in 2015 to 2016 during the dawn of the SoundCloud wave, and he's probably most well known for being part of Heartbreak Club as well as appearing in a very iconic blog made by Underground Rising. And of course,
know about It's Okay to Cry? I've seen a couple music videos, not super familiar with their work. Yeah, I think I may have had some come through the stream before on the Twitch channel. And that's all I got.
at one point he was also friends with Lil Peep, which basically gives you instant clout in the underground scene. But it's also possible you don't know him from being friends with Peep, because he also worked with big trap metal acts like Zilla Kami, Cameron Nazi, and Lil Toe. And to many that's all he is, just a
Yo, Lil Toe, what a throwback name. Hey, we gotta have the Lil Toe collab too. Damn. Hey, by the way, Cash App is in the comments section. If y'all want to go ahead and fund the Quantum Young Simi collab. I talked to Young Simi. He said he's down to do the feature, down to do the music video. So, you know, Cash App there. Might as well do it. By the way, like, subscribe, all that good shit. Let's go.
Side character in the SoundCloud wave that had a moment in the sun before eventually fading away, but there's a lot more to Cry's story than most even know. Both good and, let's be honest, mostly bad. Because Cry is actually a very controversial figure in the underground. It seems like you either love him or hate him, and he's had a lot of accusations thrown at him, including scamming, lying, faking friendships for clout, and buying his entire career, as well as faking his whole persona. And Cry's made a real effort of covering that all up, even trying to hide his real name, his past family life, anybody talking about him online negatively, and he paints out anybody who even comes against them as a drug addict or somebody who's just completely insane. But hey, that's not what I'm here to do in the first place. I'm not here to destroy his career or paint him out into a bad light. I'm just going to talk about the entire thing from an unbiased perspective when we look into the story of It's Okay to Cry, also known as Austin Shoemaker. First off, we don't have a whole lot of information about his childhood. All we know is that he was born in Denver, Colorado sometime during 1993, and even the details on that are all over the place depending on what sources you look at. From what we do know though, his father is Italian and his mother is Hispanic. He's the middle of 3 children with an older sister and a younger brother, and the family is filthy rich because his father owns a bunch of steakhouses in Texas. And while I don't want to show a whole lot of information about this because I don't want people to think I'm doxing them or exposing them, just want to let you know the information is out there, but don't do any weird stuff. If any weird stuff happens, I am not the one responsible for that. He also talks about not being very well liked during his time in high school, as you can see from these Facebook posts talking about his school days. And from what we can see about Cry, he seems to be a bit of a chameleon, or rather a trend chaser, because anytime he finds something cool or a culture that he doesn't know about, he seems to grasp onto it and make that his entire personality, which we can see when he was first introduced to the world of SoundCloud and the underground rap scene by his girlfriend around the age of 16. The only other story we have from his teen years is a secondhand account of him and his girlfriend going to a party, him catching her cheating on him, and then he pulls out a gun, freaks out everybody at the party, and gets arrested, leading him to not be able to have a firearm anymore. But his real online presence began in 2011 when he created an account on Facebook and Twitter.
Buddy crashed out. Yeah, buddy crashed out in real life. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Tweaking at the party with the firearm is nasty work. That sounds like damn near some Xan-induced rage. Like, oh yeah, that don't sound like a sober mind there.
Most of his early activity is now lost, but we still have access to an account he used in 2013 when he went by the name DJ Larry OG. We don't really have any of his early tracks from around this time, but from what we can tell it was all chopped and screwed versions of other people's albums. But it seems even early on he was able to get a lot of support because a lot of people in his comments are hyping him up, saying they love what he was doing, and he even managed to get into a group with another artist known as Sinister, and they branded themselves Two Turned, which once again continued on the same line of creating chopped and screwed versions of other people's albums. Another interesting note
about Austin is that he was actually an early fan of Bobby Johnson, a French producer who went on to create beats for both Lil Xan and Burn Kaz in 2017. And eventually he would submit his name into a competition where the winner would get to do a live DJ set at the Snowball Festival. And after submitting his music, surprisingly, he actually won. People voted for him over everybody else and he was able to play live. And he even got a chance to meet Riff Raff around the same time. He would continue on being a DJ, playing live shows and turning up at clubs until around 2014. This is when he decided he wanted to start laying down his own vocals, changing his whole look from a stoner skateboarder to somebody who looked more in line with the rising trends during early 2015. Complete with some face tats, some blue hair, and a very unique style. Well, unique for 2015, by nowadays standards it would probably be seen as a little bit more corny. But anyways, he would change his name to It's Okay to Cry and drop his first project under that name called Aphrodite. Although half of the mixtape is now lost, the tracks we can listen to sound very reminiscent of early Bones. So you can definitely see that he's wearing his inspiration on his sleeve, which is okay because at this point he's still a new artist and was just finding his sound. Another interesting thing about this album is there was also an artist known as Rainy Bear, aka Lil Skill, appearing on the project, who would later gain fame for the track Nuts with Lil Peep, showing that Cry was getting tapped in with people all over the country as early as 2015. His next project was called Lavender, which is also mostly lost. However, it does have a feature from Young Goth that we can actually listen to, and it's just, well, awful really. However, one upside to this project is it definitely doesn't sound like Bones anymore, so we gotta give him a bit of props there. After that came Death Wish with another Young Goth feature, once again running with a kind of downbeat emo style with overbearing beats that are louder than the actual vocals.
Why they sleep on me? Why everybody sleep on me? Yeah, they sleep on me.
It seems like Cry was having a really tough time getting good at music, but luckily for him, one thing he actually is good at is sniffing out talent, when he discovered the rapper known as Lil Peep. And this was still extremely early on. The only real hit that Lil Peep had at the time was Star Shopping, which was only big on SoundCloud. He wasn't really known as an artist around the country or even big in the underground at this point, so Cry was definitely an early adopter. Cry would often tweet at Peep saying he was up next, eventually catching Peep's attention, who would then lock in with him and make songs with Young Goth and Lil Skill, but it would still be a little bit before It's Okay to Cry and Lil Peep would actually start working together musically. As the year went on, Cry dropped 4 more small EPs, one called Blade Zero being most notable for having a Boy Fruit feature, another artist who actually created a whole tape with Peep called Mall Music. Showing that as time went on, the gap between these two artists grew smaller and smaller. Meanwhile, on Facebook, it seems like Cry was losing favor in the underground scene in Colorado because many people were calling him out for scamming and he was calling them out for being broke and haters, so he definitely wasn't taking all that criticism very well. It seems like he was burning bridges left and right, but luckily he was able to score a place to rent with his friend Young Goth, and he was even able to convince Lil Peep to move across the country to stay with him. As soon as Peep touched down, the three went to work creating the Dead Broke mixtape, and through Cry's wealth of connections and undoubtedly, well, money, he managed to score the three of them an interview on Clout Rising, introducing the whole world to their very hectic lifestyle. But unfortunately, these good times wouldn't last long because Young Goth and Lil Peep would become closer and closer friends, while It's Okay to Cry was left out of that equation. And eventually the two of them would decide to just up and abandon Cry out of the blue, leaving him homeless, or at least that's one side of the story. Because when it comes to this situation, it's hard to figure out what's really true. Some say Cry was actually beat up by other members of Schema Posse for stealing clothes, some say Cry actually kicked them out, and some say that it was more so Goth and Cry that had a falling out and Peep just got stuck in the middle of it. But either way it went down, by the end of March 2016, Cry sent out several tweets flaming both Goth and Peep and was asking for new roommates. Now unfortunately these tweets are lost at this point, but we do know they actually happened. But I do want to mention in my Many Beefs a Little Peep video, I mentioned that Cry went homeless after Peep and Goth abandoned him, but now that we know how much money he has and the fact that he was still talking about it on Facebook probably proves the fact that he never actually went homeless. After the falling out with Peep, Cry went back to creating music on his own, dropping the project Blue Citrus, which had features from his childhood friend Nick Prosper, showing that he still had some connections in the world even after the Peep fallout. And one of the tracks off this tape even appeared on Astaria, a YouTube channel used to promote several music videos from people in the underground. He ended up dropping several more tracks on there, as well as Trash AMB, Elevator, and No Jumper. And all the while, his influence kept growing. But I have to say there is something a little bit sketchy about his rise, because if you look at his social blade on YouTube, you start to notice huge spikes and massive downturns. And anybody who knows anything about how YouTube analytics work, that never happens. It goes up, it goes down, and even if you start to get less views and subscribers than before, it never just falls off completely, which kind of proves that he might have been buying followers. but you can decide for yourself whether you think that's real or not. But for now, Cry was starting to move away from the emo wave. With it slowly losing relevancy and a whole new genre of music coming into the forefront, he decided to hop on the wave of trap metal, off the backs of people like Cameron and early 6ix9ine. His first foray into the genre was a project known as Slayer, and then immediately after that he started to work with Zilla Kami, trying to go on tour with him, and they even
Slayer cover. Why does this almost look like
the genre was a project known as Slayer, and then immediately
yeah, that's kind of crazy. Man, my boy was a serial biter. Yeah, and it's crazy because Bones has so many sons out here. Like, we might have to make the mini sons of Bones because, yeah, bro's way more inspirational than people give him credit for.
Immediately after that, he started to work with Zilla Kami, trying to go on tour with him, and they even had plans to drop a whole collab EP together. But for one reason or another, they never ended up dropping the project, and a lot of people think that Cry and Zilla actually have beef because Zilla never ended up going on the tour, but he said the reason for that is that he actually had legal problems around the time, so he couldn't go on the tour no matter what. And we don't even know if their friendship was all that genuine. I'm pretty sure Cry probably just paid Zilla at the time because he was the biggest artist in the trap metal space, and he tried to do a collab EP, but it fell through for whatever reason. And there's even more proof that there's no real bad blood between them because Cry actually paid Sos Mula for a feature on one of his projects in 2023, and he ended up putting it on a different beat than what Sos Mula wanted, which did make Sos Mula happy, but he still sold him the feature. But anyways, back to 2017. It seems at this point that Cry thought highly enough of himself to call out his former friends on Facebook, to which most of them replied calling him a scammer, which is kind of suspicious, but we can't really believe that Cry is a scammer, right? There's no proof of that. Well, at least not yet. After that, Cry went on to work with Lil Toe, do a couple shows there, and kind of work within the trap metal scene, but by 2019 he was completely done with it, moving on to a new style, trying to bite Cardi. And he even ended up signing his first record deal with Cleopatra Records, which from the looks of it only signs fallen off metal bands and D-level rappers, so it's kind of strange that Cry chose them to run his career, but either way he went along with them and dropped his Posh Boy album, which was in the more Cardi-like style, and a lot of people actually seemed to like it quite a bit, so I guess he had something going for him there. But another weird thing to note is that most of the info about Cry on Cleopatra's page is actually wrong. They cite his year of birth as 1996 and also say he was a member of GBC, which he never was. I'm not really sure why that is. It's possible that Cry gave them wrong information to try to cover up his past, but I think it's more likely that they just don't know anything about the people they sign and really only sign them because they're trying to cover up the actual way they make their money, which is most likely, allegedly, money laundering. But none of that matters because Posh Boy ended up hitting 10 million streams and then Cry ended up receiving a plaque shortly after that, which I didn't know you got a plaque for 10 million streams, but I guess it happens. And that was shortly followed up by his second project under Cleopatra, Posh Boy 2. And look at this, they even ended up printing some colorful vinyls for him. That's pretty cool. When 2020 came around and that specific moment in human history happened, he decided to start diversifying his portfolio, dabbling in cartoon creation and voice acting, even auditioning to voice Knuckles the Echidna in Sonic Prime. But it is a very dark day for all Sonic fans because he didn't end up getting the part, although pretty well every day is a dark day for Sonic fans. After that, he ended up tapping in with the Hive Mind channel, which if you didn't know used to do vlogs and shoot music videos. They're really cool. They help bring up people like Lil Darky, Suicide Rascals, and many others, and I wish they'd go back to doing that, but I digress. And this is when he linked up with Lil Rosie, and the two of them ended up starting up a short-lived band together, as well as Meat Computer, who would feature on a future Cry album. As you can see, it seems like Cry always seems to have different friends. He was friends with Peep and all those people in the emo scene. When he went to the trap metal scene, he became friends with Zilla and Lil Toe. After that, when he went into the more Cardi-like style, he became friends with people like Lil Rosie and Meat Computer, which I'm not saying you can't meet new friends and make new connections over your time in the industry, but he did end up cutting off Nick Prosper around this time too because he wanted to be the Red Power Ranger and It's Okay to Cry is the Red Power Ranger. Yeah, I know that I sound like I'm completely insane right now, but that's actually what It's Okay to Cry said. I don't know what happened there. And he also had another rapper living with him at the time known as Super Love, who's supposedly his childhood friend, and weird little side tangent about that, he's actually a puppet, or at least he was a puppet in this one interview. One thing you'll notice about Cry is that he doesn't seem to have any interviews up online, but he does have one with a puppet, and it's super strange. But what happened there is apparently a channel wanted to do an interview with him, and then he didn't want to actually fly out and talk to anybody in person because he was afraid what questions they might ask. So he ended up writing down his own questions and then shooting the interview from home, getting Super Love to play a puppet and ask him the very same questions that he had written down for himself. So it was pretty weird, but yeah, that's the story behind that. But yeah, shortly after that, him and Super Love also had a falling out, and he ended up moving out of the house, leaving an empty room. So Cry, being a genius entrepreneur and seeing an empty space within his house that he could fill, he decided to start up an animation company called Project Honey. He ended up starting up the project with a friend that he had named Albie, and they even started a very short-lived podcast called Primordial Soup. The plan was to create their own cartoon, which was pitched as Family Guy meets Adventure Time, and then they would fund it with a GoFundMe project, hire some animators on, and do it all in-house, and then pitch it to Adult Swim. But before they could get this project off the ground, him and Albie actually...
So, yeah, I don't think you guys understand how hard it is to animate and find voice actors. As I actually wanted to go to the California Art Institute to be an animator, but I ended up becoming a fucking rapper. God damn it. But yeah, bro, I used to animate. I used to use Flash Animator and make Flash animations. And let me tell you, frame by frame animation is tough as shit, gang. It takes fucking forever. Now, I will say that Adobe After Effects really did change the game in terms of animation, but it's still tedious as hell. So I don't see how this was going to play out.
Ended up having a falling out, but Cry was still determined to get this cartoon made, so he decided to hire on a couple of Instagram artists that he really admired, flying them out to Colorado to live with them. This pairing was a husband and wife who had just got married 1 week prior. They seen the opportunity and knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime chance, so they decided to take it, selling all their stuff and moving themselves to Colorado. Cry was nice enough to buy them plane tickets, but only for one of them, the wife. Yeah, for one reason or another, apparently Cry couldn't get the money together to fly the husband out too, so he had to stay behind a couple weeks, and during that time he got sick with COVID, so then he had to stay behind a month, and eventually he did end up flying out to Cry, but it took a lot of poking and prodding and a lot of asking from both parties. The original pitch to the couple is that they would have their own living space beside Cry's house where they would eat, live, and sleep, and then they would come over to Cry's office to work on the animation for the cartoon. But when they arrived, they instead just got an air mattress on the basement floor to sleep on. Cry told them that they would eventually get their own space, but even in the entire year that they were living with them, that never happened. And another thing...
Spliff said, yo, I'm stoked you're doing a slick doc. I always thought his story was interesting and mysterious. IRL interview would be crazy. Yeah, bro, I don't know if I can get the IRL interview. I'm gonna try. I mean, I have him added on IG. His Twitter is very crazy. All he does is retweet porn all day, but he has like 3 different IGs, and I've got him added, so I'm gonna reach out at some point. Yeah, like I said, I want to make this as respectful and like as accurate as possible, so I don't want any slick slander in this motherfucker, but I do need to tell the story because there's nobody out here telling this crazy story.
Thing too, apparently Cry was actually mad at the husband for being unprofessional, not flying himself out, telling him that he didn't have the money to fly everybody around everywhere, even though he's the one who offered to buy the plane ticket in the first place. So it's not far off to say that this project was off to a rough start, and on top of that, nobody was getting paid. They ended up working for a month, no pay, 2 months, no pay, 3 months, no pay, and eventually after a whole year, still nothing. And the work environment itself wasn't great either. They ended up working 16 hours a day for him almost every day, and Cry was extremely bipolar. Sometimes he would be their best friends and super nice to them, and sometimes he would flip out over the smallest details. With even an account of Cry going to take a poop when he was on painkillers, and then he wouldn't flush the toilet, and then he would come out and yell at them for not flushing the toilet when he's the one who used it in the first place. But yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now I know all this sounds a bit petty and maybe even a bit funny, but there actually was a more scarring event for the husband when he got a call saying one of his friends had passed away, and he wasn't able to attend the funeral because of course he was working on the project. So just like anybody in that situation, he ended up breaking down and crying. And how did Cry respond to this? He told the husband he was being unprofessional, bringing the mood down, and that he shouldn't be doing this on work hours. But they lived together non-stop. They were never away from each other. So how was he supposed to get upset? Where was he supposed to get upset? It's just kind of funny that a guy who's named It's Okay to Cry was not okay with somebody actually crying. After that, the project continued on with nobody getting paid, nobody knowing what exactly was going on, whether it was pitched, what was going to happen with it, until suddenly Cry decided to tell them that he actually had an NFT project offer on the table that he wanted them to work on instead. It was this project called Roo Troop where they ended up having to draw some pretty ugly kangaroos to be the NFTs, and they ended up actually getting paid for their work, but not from It's Okay to Cry. They got paid from the actual project itself, and then after that Cry told them, well, you guys have been paid, so I'm not buying food for you guys anymore. And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, they should have just left at that point, but they ended up leaving their home country to go to Denver, so they had nowhere to really go back to. They spent a lot of their savings just to keep themselves going during the project, and all of their belongings were at Cry's house. So they were pretty stuck, but even worse than that, their worker visa was about to expire, so they had to go back to Canada to get it re-upped, but they didn't know what to do because all of their belongings were still at Cry's house, and they didn't want to move everything over there just to have to move it back, so they were kind of in a pickle. But Cry, being a good guy, told them, hey, just leave all your stuff here, and when you come back, it'll be waiting for you completely untouched. So they ended up going back to Canada, not thinking much about it, but after a week, they heard nothing. After 2 weeks, nothing. A month, nothing. Cry just was not answering them. And when they finally did get in contact with him, he told them that the project project was dead and there was no longer any reason for them to have to work on it. So after one whole year of working on this project, never getting paid and putting all of their time and effort into it, Craig just fired them over the phone without even telling them that he was going to do it in the first place. And to make the situation even better than that, he still had everything they ever owned in their entire lives and wasn't going to send it back to them unless they started to pay big money to get it back, which they ended up doing even though they basically had nothing, because once again, a whole year of work with no pay. When they did pay him, he would send back a couple things and then ask them for more money, and then he would send back a couple things, and eventually they got some stuff back that mattered to them, but most of their clothes ended up staying with Cry, and he still has them even to this day. So with no other option, being completely screwed out of most of their belongings, money, time, effort, and no real communication between Cry and them continuing after that point, they decided to take to Instagram and tell the world that Cry was a bit of a scumbag and that nobody should work with him in the future. And all the comments under that post basically had absolutely nothing nice to say about Cry, saying that he's known to be a scammer, he scammed many people in the past, and everybody who works with him ends up having a falling out with him. So what did Cry do? He was kind of backed into a corner here. It seems like everything was finally coming out about the guy and there was no way he was going to get out of this. So he sat down, self-reflected, apologized to the couple, and sent them the money that they were owed for the entire project. Now, you've seen these videos before, you know that would never happen. He ended up calling them scumbags, saying they were jealous, saying they were drug addicts, anything he could throw at them to make them look bad. And to be fair, the husband was an addict at one point in his life, but he had been clean for 2 years before he ever even moved to Cry's place, so he was just using a personal detail.
Like the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other.
Really upstanding guy Cry is. But he has more clout than them, so he's able to send over droves of fans to send hate their way, getting them to take down all the negative posts about him online. And then he took it a step farther by actually getting everything negative about him online completely taken down. He managed to mass report his subreddit until that got taken down for bullying. He takes down any videos online about him that are negative. He deleted his old Twitter, took down any negative tweets he had in the past, and just overall completely covered up everything he had ever done. And he even tried to change his name to Gwen Stacy so people wouldn't know his name is Austin Shoemake, so he was able to cover up his connection to the Shoemake family and of course being rich. And since that day he's basically...
Hey, and this is how they do it. They just gonna keep being slimy people until somebody runs down on them and, you know, checks them. You know, the way the Didi Osama ran down on Neon. We need people to do this with these abusers, all right? Like, we can't keep letting them slide because this is what happens.
Basically just been soaking up admiration from Peep fans, dropping more Cardi-style music, and the worst part of all of it, the project's Patreon is still active and receiving money despite the fact the project is completely dead in the water. So if that goes down after this video comes out, well, you know the reason. And as recently as 2024, Cry dropped his newest album, Hesh, which many fans seem to really enjoy, completely unaware of the scams he's pulled in the past. But now that we're at the end of the video, I do want to mention the big-time allegations that have been thrown at Cry. And I just want to make a point about the entire underground right now, because I know there's a lot of information coming out about a lot of different people calling them very extreme things, including Pedros and grapists. And I'm just saying, with allegations that heavy, anyone with a big platform can get accused of this and people believe it off its face. Try to have a more critical eye when you look at this type of thing. Wait for the real information to come out, wait for the full story, wait for both sides of it, because it's really serious and you can destroy an entire man's life off of just making up rumors like this. I'm going to stick by that, and as much as I want to see people like that completely out of the underground, I will not sit here and propagate false rumors because somebody sends me 5 messages saying that somebody did something talking to somebody underage 5 years ago. I'm not going to do that. Take this stuff more seriously. This is not fun and games. This is not canceling people for the fun of it. If you are under the age of 18, do not get involved in these things. Obviously, if you're a victim, don't be afraid to come out and talk about it, but I'm saying if you're somebody else underage who's involved with this and you're trying to get involved just to stir up drama, this type of stuff is not drama. It's serious. There's actual ramifications of these types of things, and I really don't want people to just keep bringing out more messages and trying to cancel people and bringing half-hearted evidence to the scene, because if these people are really guilty of what they're doing, bringing out some sudden text messages and allowing them to clear their name with no real evidence is going to let them get away. But with all of that being said, It's Okay to Cry has some allegations of some pretty bad stuff about being a Pedro, but as far as I know right now, I haven't seen any actual evidence of that. So there is a Snapchat account he had, he lied about it and said that he didn't, but he actually did, so that's a little bit sketchy there. But if there's actual evidence, then please bring it to me. And one final thing I have to say, even if the person is convicted of what they've done, in any situation, I have to say allegedly, or I can be sued. So I'm sorry to get kind of serious there, but I did want to say that he does have allegations, wanted to bring them up, didn't want to seem like I was shying away from them, but as of now, we don't have any evidence of that actually happening. I'm not accusing him of doing that. But is the guy scummy? Yeah, definitely. And I feel like there's going to be a lot more that's going to come out about this situation. So stay tuned tuned for that. And another thing is, please don't come to artists that I'm close to try to talk to me privately. If you want to talk to me, please talk to me publicly. That's if you're an artist and I've talked about you in a video. That's what I'm referring to. If you're a fan, of course you can talk to me. I have an Instagram where you can always do that. I have a Discord server where you can always talk to me. And if you have anything to say or you feel like you don't have anybody else who can speak for you, I will try my best to do that for you. But don't come to me with a bunch of bullshit and expect me to then propagate that. So with all that being said, as for now, that is the entire story of It's Okay to Cry. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like the video. If this video gets to 1,000 likes, I'll staple my nutsack to the side of my leg. And subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And YouTube, please don't age restrict this video for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
He holds it down. He holds it down. He better than me at this shit, for real. Definitely inspiration. So go ahead, check out his channel. Ruben Slick video coming soon. I will go ahead and play a couple of his songs before I get up out of here, just so y'all know that I do fuck with him. You know, he's got an amazing song with October London. This is probably his best track, y'all. So we'll go ahead and throw this one on real quick.
Gas plays.
Yeah, the story's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. This is after he got released from prison and he became a Christian.
Smoking, trapping, and plotting till sundown. Woke up early in the morning, I'm loading my gun now. I can surely see the warnings before me to come down. Crackers label me a demon because of my compound. It'll never be the same as it was, and you know it's still adapting to the change. Being present in the moment, running laps around these flames. Knowing they ain't really on it. 100 racks, 100 chains. I'm slaying my opponents.
Imagery in churches. I ain't never seen shit like this.
So the present fucking pissed too. And the struggle ain't no house to bring a bitch to. Way too insecure to kiss you. Know that you deserve the best, I mean to diss you. Got dookie breath, I smell like shit too. I'm risking my life, no I'm ain't living right. So I pray every night, cause my money is tight. But my family in need, so it's well worth the fight. Serving Zannies and lean, about to plan me a heist. Feeling bound by my deeds, so I'm calling to Christ. Praise a lot for these streets and the truth in my life. And I came from the dark, but I aim for the light. Gave me the strength to survive in this world. I've been slaving and robbing, ain't jobbing you, girl. Need some time to work on me, can't lie to you, girl. I was born by these streets, I live and die by these streets.
So yeah, bro. The October London hook on this, so wavy. They killed this track. Man, the gang signs in the church is, yeah, I don't know about all that. And honestly, I feel two ways about this, because after a while, Ruben Slick was back on his bullshit, but I feel like artists deserve a redemption period, and doing something like this does help the image. Like, imagine if Zay dropped a fucking track like this. That'd be crazy.
Just for my family to eat, I'll give my life for these streets. I've hustled all my life to the bone. I gave it all to these streets. Yeah. Oh, I was born for these streets. I live and die for these streets. Just for my family to eat, I'll give my life for these streets. I've hustled all my life to the bone. Smoking blacks and eating vinegar and salt chips. Junkies on me for that horse is like a salt lick. I drop a 6 of purple acne in my mouth lick. You take a sip and don't wake up, it ain't my fault, bitch. Won't rape a chick, I just say welcome to my cult, bitch. If you ain't know, I have been sexually assaulted before I found my swagger from society revolted. I know the police watching got their eye on me remotely.
You hear that, Jack? He admitted to being sexually assaulted in this song. And that's one of the things that when I say I'm leaving no stone unturned. We got to get to the bottom of this, chat. We got to figure all this out, because there's something there, you know, like something like that. Bruh, that's going to impact your entire lifetime. So it's like, yeah, I feel like there's something there, and we definitely need to unpack that. So if I get the opportunity to sit down with Slick, I'm going to ask him about this song. I'm going to ask him about those lyrics. Yeah.
Focus solving problems to improve and change totally. The way a nigga living tempting me to be a vulture. I'm carving through the excess drama like a sculpture. Wanna hold my mama down and love my woman like I'm poster. Been working all week, still ain't made nothing. When your baby gotta eat, you gotta die about something. Pay respect to the seeds, gotta cry about something. Now I'm feeling like a crease, about to fold on the money. Though I wanna live in peace, stuck on Friday to Sunday, every Monday. I be searching for cheese like a motherfucking mind. I'm a potential church, I'm a vessel for Christ. I'm just living my life, I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life, I'm just living my life. Oh, I was born by these streets. I live and die by these streets. Just for my family to eat, I'll give my life for these streets. I've hustled all my life to the
they snapped on this one. I got one more for y'all. This one's completely different though. This is Ruben Slick in his prime, in my opinion. Yeah, this one's kind of crazy. Hashtag funnel boys. And y'all gonna find out what that means in a minute. Yeah, this one's crazy, chat.
Yes. Young popper nigga all up in your main hoe. Got her in her birthday suit when I make her change clothes. Yes. Bet I never kiss and tell. Pussy tastes like caramel, so I lick it very well. Goddamn, throw that pussy in my face. Goddamn, Georgia squirting like mace. Goddamn, taco got a my chalupa. Guess I left my sour cream in her chalupa. Pop a young nigger like me. Beat it on up, MM to the A. RB the nigger MD. No sleep for the week, MDMA. Price swap niggas want packs. Got Zens, got Thrax, got Yay, got H. Large man of swagger on my pack. You can see it through my pants when I wobble in the sway. Baby face, pretty bitch goon. You can act like you don't, but you already know. Loud pack smelling like a tune. I'ma fuss a nigger out every time I try to smoke. Tuck my shirt in with the tech. Pussy nigger get wet or give me all the dough. I don't even really need a bitch. If a hoe's not a hoe, then the hoe's gotta go. Go, 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 go. If a hoe's not a hoe, then the hoe's gotta go.
Can somebody please explain to me what's going on with the funnel coming up here? Yeah, the funnel. What's going on? Like, what is that? It's crazy because this is one of the tamer Ruben Slick music videos. Yeah, this motherfucker has some weird stuff going on. But the Too Juiced clip, I think that's when, yeah, Lil Peep was actually singing along to the Ruben Slick song. I think Lil Peep and Ruben Slick actually have a song together. But yeah, there's this clip of, there's this famous clip of Lil Peep singing along to a Ruben Slick. I'm not sure where that one's at though, but the song he's singing along to is Too Juiced. Shouts out Kinaza, yeah. They got a collab coming out with Curb Lagoop, and Curb Lagoop also, yeah, Ruben Slick collaborator Curb Lagoop. Definitely fuck with him as well. We're gonna have to tap in with Curb. He's got a Twitch stream and YouTube stream that he does regularly. Man of the people. Definitely gonna tap in with Curb. But yeah, we're gonna do a deep dive into Ruben Slick coming real soon on this channel, because it's pretty much non-existent on the internet, and it makes me wonder, is it intentional that this is non-existent? You feel me? I do know that I think one of his parents is a lawyer and another one's a doctor, so they've got money to kind of make stuff go away. So hopefully they don't make Quantum go away after I drop this doc, okay? Hopefully Quantum just don't disappear. But, you know, I'm bringing y'all the content that y'all want. So with that being said, I am gonna wrap it up, B. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good enough for the stream. Appreciate everybody that pulled up. Yeah. Remember to do all that good stuff. Like, subscribe. Oh yeah, notification bell. Yeah. Hit that motherfucking bell. Yeah. That one. That part. So once again, it's your boy Quantum, coming live and direct. I will be tapping in with y'all tomorrow, okay? New video drop 7 a.m. Live stream tomorrow. I don't know what time I'll be on though. I don't know if it's going to be a morning stream or if it's going to be an evening stream, but I will have a daily yap session with y'all tomorrow, and you know, we'll be shooting shit as usual. So pull up tomorrow as well. And until then, y'all be cool. All right. Deuces.